Good evening. I'm ready to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, October 10th, 2019, 6:30 p.m. I would like to have Danny McDowell please come forward and do our invocation and pledge.
Let's pray. Lord, be with us this evening. Be with the council as they lead our community. Help us to make wise decisions. Help us to be honest and forthright. May we show love and understanding in every action. Thank you for our many blessings. We ask that you be with the sick and the hungry in our community. Be with our mayor as he travels. We ask you to bring him home safely. Be with our city, our state, and our country. Go with us as we leave this place. May we be better citizens for being here and making us ready to help the neighbors who are in need. Thank you, our blessed Lord. Amen. That we pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Middleton, roll call, please.
Mayor Williams, Vice Mayor Helton,
Here.
Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Chauncey,
Here.
Councilmember Witt, here, City Manager Dorsey,
Here.
City Attorney Litchford.
Here.
Item number 4 is the consent agenda. I believe everyone's had the opportunity to read. And I'd like to know if they're entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Middleton, roll call.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt. Yes. Vice Mayor Helton.
Yes. Item number 5 is communication from citizens. First person on the list is Charles McCullough. Is this 1211 Reeves Avenue? 1214. Okay, thank you.
Charles McCullough, 1214 Reeves Avenue. Hi everybody, I just wanted to see if we can get an update on the Reeves Drainage Project again. Actually, this time I brought, I believe there's been some emails back and forth between me and you and Kenny about this. I actually brought my original presentation from last time, if any of y'all want a copy. I think this originally started June of last year. And there was actually an engineering study done, and we're still just sort of in limbo waiting to hear is what's happening.
Well, I apologize. Kenny's not here tonight. He's up at a meeting up at Montgomery Bell, I think it is. So he mentioned this to me briefly. I do know we've had MTAS come in, and they looked at 5 or 6 different stormwater issues that the city had. And I know we're waiting to hear back from them on what their recommendation is to do with those. I apologize. I don't know what happened before I got here on this. I'd love to see the initial presentation, either now or whenever I can, just to look into a little more to see, like, is it a city ditch? Is it a private ditch? What some of the reasons are for it. So maybe you and I can talk about this later on too as well.
Sure.
But I do know that, like I said, MTAS was just here about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and looked at all these various things. The stormwater consultant from them. So we're just waiting to hear back from what they have to say.
Did they give us any kind of timeline on when this is going to be done?
No, it usually only takes about a month or so. So it should be about up.
Okay. And I believe Kenny also has they actually had an engineering study done, something like 60 pages or something. I think he has a copy of it. So.
Okay, I'll check on that too.
The second person on the list is Gary Hurst.
Same subject, just very frustrated.
I'm sorry, can you please state your name and address, please?
Okay, Gary Hurst, 1205 Reeves Avenue.
Thank you.
And it's been 14 months since this was brought to the original city council. I know some of you are new members, but 14 months after standing in your yard and the water knee deep, I think 14 months is plenty of time to get something resolved. And you wouldn't want to live in a situation like this, and I don't want to either. So we'll be here again next month, and hopefully we'll have some answers, because like I say, it's just, I'm sorry, it's getting to the ridiculous now. I say the Redwoods are getting, their work done and getting it scheduled, and I don't know why we can't get taken care of some way. If nothing else, rent us a dump truck and a backhoe, and I'll get out there and dig it out. Because it truly is ridiculous. We have a big culvert that goes under the road at the high end, and then the dirt is all filled in where there used to be a ditch, and then at the other end there's a big opening. But the water simply, when it comes down from the hills above us, it goes through all these yards. And several people have already had to replace the insulation under their houses, which I kind of think is kind of foolish until this gets resolved, because they're liable to have to replace the insulation under their houses again. So I'm just, I'm here, I'm frustrated, and I'm just asking that something get resolved on this, because 14 months for a problem like this seems plenty of time. So I'll see you next month. Hopefully we'll, have some answers to it, because it's time. Thank you.
Thank you. Duly noted. Number 3 on the list is Larry Clark. Good evening.
Council members, my name's Larry Clark. I live at 906 Mount Belvoir Drive. And I wanted to just give the council members an update on the results of our river rescue this past Saturday. And I know some of you all were there and helped in the cleanup of Spring Creek, and so we appreciate that. And some of the totals that we had 87 volunteers come and help. We removed 13 more tires. We found 1 more shopping cart, and we removed 1,620 pounds of trash in that Saturday. So the grand totals that we have is we've removed 493 tires from Spring Creek. We've removed 54 shopping carts, and we've removed 33,160 pounds from Spring Creek since 2005. And so just want to express my appreciation to the council members, the mayor that came out and helped, and for all our volunteers that helped. And of course, we couldn't do this without the cooperation and help of the city of East Ridge. And so we appreciate it. For 31 years, you've been very consistent, faithful in helping us with this effort, and so we all appreciate it, and thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations to you, Larry and Jane, and we truly appreciate your dedication to this cause, the Tennessee River Rescue. Thank you. Let's give Larry and Jane a few turns.
Larry, I got a question for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
You all had a cute little prize card thing for the most interesting thing pulled out of the creek. What was it?
The Best Piece of Trash Award went to a young lady from the Girls Leadership Academy. She found a brown leather satchel that contained a laptop. Now, it had been underwater for a long time, and but we considered that, voted on that, and considered that the best piece of trash. And then after we did that, Esther came up with a little Mickey Mouse, and I've saved that, and we're going to find some way to use that as an item that has been removed from a stream. here in the Tennessee Valley. And then your son found a Chucky head.
Chucky doll.
Oh,
I was like, Halloween and Chucky doll.
And,
Scary.
yeah.
Scary.
So we find some interesting things along with the styrofoam and the plastic and vacuum cleaners and all kinds of other things too. So
I got lectured about crossing the stream because my son and I worked on the other side of the stream. I got lectured about taking my shoes off and crossing barefoot.
I can't believe you did that.
well, you'll know next year.
Oops,
Have some waiters. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Number 4 on the list, Mimi Lowry.
Mimi Lowry, 819 Mount Belvoir. Our street's real active in the city, it seems. I know I meant to come earlier, but time has gotten away. I just want to thank the City of East Ridge, the Recreation Department, for all the help and all that they did for Pioneer Fest this year. As far as I'm concerned, it was successful. I think everybody that came had a good time there, but we could not have asked for a better cooperation from the rec department. It was Charlie's first week there. He rose to the top. Adam helped. Everybody that had anything involved with Pioneer Fest that had something to do with the sanitation department, as far as their dumpster, all the departments helped us. And so I just thank you, because we had great employees in this city. I hope you all really realize that. But the recreation, the park has, and y'all know how long I've been in that crazy park. Esther and I spent 3 years in it once, digging in the dirt. But it looked better than I've ever seen it look for the whole park in general. And so, thank you. Your employees are doing a great job.
Thank you for what you did. It was a great event. Thank you. And that is everybody on the list. Is there anyone else that wants to get up and speak? Just state your name and address, please.
No.
Yes,
Greg
okay.
Shipley, 5318 Marion Avenue. This is something we're just coming back up with in the last week or so, and I talked to Adam and Kim in their office last week, and we're trying to get an idea of putting together a last-minute trunk or treat down at Camp Jordan. And Adam's been saying that the Parks and Recreation would be happy to help to spearhead that. Of course, it'd be a Halloween event. This would be a trial run because we kind of want to. Everybody's talking about doing a bigger one for the next year. So we want to do kind of a trial run with it this year. I know it's late in the ball game, but I think I've already had a couple of guys talk to some churches already. I'm president of Spring Creek Elementary, so talked to East Ridge Elementary, PTA, and middle school, and we're trying to get them to send out flyers to all the kids, so hopefully it'll make it home and the parents will see it, about having trunk or treat down there inside the amphitheater fenced-in area. And on the 31st, it'll be Thursday. We're going to start fairly early, it'll be about 3 o'clock. We'll get more times together. I can tell you more about that. I think we have one more meeting before the 24th, and lay out some better times, but start fairly early. The kids won't. Once the cars pull in, then the kids will come in at a later time, at about 4:30, and keep them out of the roadways. That's why we were going to put it in the fence and only have one entrance in at that time and out for the children. And basically, I just wanted to see if there was a heads up, if there's any ideas from council to give me, go ahead.
Maybe I missed something. Who is hosting this event?
Well, starting out with Adam is going to be, the Camp Jordan's going to
Okay.
be our main focus of it. I'm going to be there. We're just kind of throwing people together, trying to get something good to happen. And like I said, we already got in touch with the schools. We want to get some more churches involved. And some organizations. I talked to the Optimus Club last week. So see if we just can't rally some more people around it, because I know East Ridge and Jones Memorial used to do that together, and the line would go around the school, and they have split that off, and I don't think East Ridge was going to do anything this year. It it's all gonna be at Jones Memorial. So we're gonna talk to them, see what we can do, work out with them maybe, and see if we can get them down there. It may be too late to do that, and that's fine, but we're gonna start trying to get something, get the ball rolling, see what we can do, find out what we do wrong, and get something good next year and start 8 or 9 months in advance for that one.
When do you plan on doing this?
On Thursday, the 31st, it'll start about 3 o'clock, putting the cars in the fence, and then about 4:30 start trick or treating, and it'll get dark about 5:30. So that's kind of where we're at right now. It's early stage, you know. I know it's late stage, but we're early and trying to get things going. So I'll know more by the first next week. And Monday, after y'all have a staff meeting, if maybe tell them that I'll be over at the recreation center if they can see anybody can come by, and hopefully I'll have some more of the numbers and ideas put together at that time, and maybe a flyer put together by then. Okay, thank y'all.
Mr. Dorsey, is there anything we need to discuss about that? I mean, is it okay to do this?
I assume there may be something for rain, depending on what happens with that. Liability-wise, I don't see too much of an issue with it at this point. Depending on how well it is down there, and you know how we're going to screen who comes in to be part of, you know, the trunk or treat. You want to make sure you obviously.
The only thing I'm concerned about is, the only thing I get concerned about is just the cars, you know, the cars and it being dark. So I just want to make sure the parking lot is properly manned. That's a concern of mine. Thank you. Okay, we will move on to item number 6, communication from council members. We'll start with Council Member Cagle. Councilmember Chauncey,
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Councilmember Witt.
Well, I have 2 things. I want to thank the police department. I have on my Citizen Police Academy shirt tonight, if anybody would like to see it, and you might want to apply for the academy when it is available in the spring. But Daniel Beard had also asked me to tell you that on Saturday, October 12th, they are having a movie and chili cook-off, and anybody in East Ridge is welcome to come. It's at 6 o'clock at Action Church on Germantown Road, and they're going to have a whole lot of chili, so you are welcome to come. It's free, and they do have a movie. I don't know what the title of the movie is, but it's kid-friendly. So bring your own lawn chair, October 12th, 6 o'clock. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to call up Danny McDowell. He is with the East Ridge Community Food Bank, and he is going to talk to us about a new initiative that Mayor Williams wants to implement. And then once Mr. McDowell speaks, I'm going to read a letter on behalf of Mayor Williams.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, Council. My name is Danny McDowell. I live at 1417 Melody Lane in East Ridge. I want to let you know the food pantry started March of 2015, 4.5 months ago, 4 years and 6 months ago. The first time they had the pantry, it started with 8 people on the Wednesday night they started. In a month, they had 100. We now serve over 300 families a month. We give out food at East Ridge United Methodist Church on Prater Road. They are very gracious to give us a place to store our food and distribute to the community. Our budget is approximately $2,800 a month. We have dedicated businesses and churches who pledge and give from $100 to $150 a month to help buy our food. We buy most food from the food bank downtown. Approximately $10 will buy 20 pounds of food. We give each family approximately 35 pounds of food each time we serve. And the food we give is on the list that we made up. It gives you kind of an idea of the food that we hand out. We serve on the first and third Wednesdays of each month from 2 until 5. We have special promotions for food and for collecting funds throughout the year. If you look on our Facebook page, you can find the things that are coming up. The very latest thing will be our flea market at East Ridge United Methodist on Prater Road, the 18th on a Saturday from 8 to about 2. We'll have plenty of fleas if you need some fleas to take home with you. And then the next big event will be our community Thanksgiving service, which will be November the 13th. We don't want to get too close to Thanksgiving, so it's 2 Wednesdays before that Thanksgiving week. It'll be at 6:30 at Jones Memorial United Methodist Church, and we hope to have each one of you. We hope to have all the churches in the community to come out. And the collection that will be taken will be for the food pantry to help us buy our groceries. Most important thing we do is feed children. Our numbers show that we feed approximately 550 children a month. Our mission is to provide help in time of need through the generosity of others. Our vision is to be able to expand the services we provide to our community. To accomplish this, we need your help. We need people in our community to pledge monthly gifts or one-time gifts. And we physically need people to work at the pantry. You can get a hold of me through Ande, through the mayor, through Jones Memorial United Methodist, or through East Ridge United Methodist. They've all got my number, I guarantee. And I will be glad to help you get plugged in. Or if you have so much money you want to give, you can't carry it, I'll come and help you carry it. We also take groceries, and we've started collecting groceries here. But just remember, that little 16-ounce jar of peanut butter, we give away 300 a month. Also, about 300 pounds of dried beans, rice, bread, canned meats, canned vegetables, soups, and other items. Thank you for your time. And we please ask you that, most of all, that you would pray for the hungry in our community and pray for our pantry, your pantry, East Ridge Community Food Pantry. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have one more thing. We had a good visit to our last pantry by Chris and by Brian, and we want to give Chris and Brian a shirt, just like we have from our food pantry. So when you come back down to help us, you'll have the shirt on, you'll be ready to go. Right. And we thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody else that's here today that volunteers for the pantry. I'm going to read this letter on behalf of Mayor Williams. Good evening, everyone. I would first like to say that I regret that I could not attend the council meeting tonight. I have a business trip that I could not rearrange. I had rather have been present when this initiative started. However, it is more important to begin this food drive sooner than later to provide the most impact for our community. As one of my campaign pledges, I stated that I wanted to be your mayor to continue the improvements of East Ridge, not only from an economic development standpoint, but also from a quality of life standpoint for everyone. We are all impacted in some way by difficult situations, whether personally or by others we know and love. Just this year alone, we have witnessed residents of this city being displaced by fire and children being evacuated from dilapidated housing conditions. As the fall time of the year approaches and gives way to the season of giving, therefore tonight we will begin a new initiative for the city of East Ridge and perhaps the surrounding areas. Tonight, the East Ridge City Council Community Food Pantry Food Drive begins by offering all attendees at City Council meetings an opportunity to bring non-perishable food items or monetary donations for the East Ridge Community Food Bank if they so desire. Obviously, attendance at City Council meetings is public and no admission fee can or will be charged. Thus, to be clear, admission into a City Council meeting is not predicated on a donation. This will continue at each council meeting throughout the end of the year. Following the council meeting, items donated will thereafter be delivered to the East Ridge Community Food Pantry. Think of the immediate impact this will have for all our underprivileged families. My vision is to see a donation program become a staple tradition at every City Council meeting moving forward. Starting in 2020, I will rotate quarterly between multiple East Ridge charitable organizations. I want to thank everyone involved in the East Ridge Community Food Pantry. There are many hours of dedication and service provided prior to and during their food giveaways on the first and third Wednesday of each month. As I have maintained, I am honored to be your mayor, and my pledge remains to improve East Ridge in every way possible. I look forward to all of us joining our hands and efforts in starting this new tradition. Thanks, Brian. Item number 7, communication from City Manager.
Thank you. I have a few things. I want to thank Danny and them for having me at the food pantry. That was a nice experience to go down there and see that, and see you all working very hard to help the citizens that are here that really need it. I thought it was very nice, and thank you for the tour. I got to look around and see some of the rooms and all the food. It's just amazing what y'all are able to do with the space that you have. So I appreciate that. Thank you too. River Rescue, I already told you about my trials and tribulations on that. I got scolded by Andy down here, especially for walking barefoot through the creek, and I won't do that again. Top Golf, we finally have the official announcement. They're on their way, which we're very happy to hear. All the building permits are in place, so it's just a matter of waiting for them to come and break ground, which hopefully will happen in the next few weeks, we're hoping. You didn't mention the census.
Failed to mention that.
I'll yield to you for 2 seconds. Hurry up.
The next census meeting is October the 18th at 11 o'clock at Local Coffee Dutch Tree. I'm sorry, I can't buy your lunch, but please come. If you're not on the census committee, you can come and see what we're doing and talk to us and give us your ideas. But we're excited. Some of the people out here are on the census committee, and I hope you'll be there. 11 o'clock, 18.
Thank you. Let's see. The circus is in town, Shrine Circus, so if you get a chance, please go down to Camp Jordan for the rest of this week, correct? I'm not sure what the last date is.
Sunday.
Sunday?
Sunday.
So it's the rest of this week. So if you get a chance, please go down and attend a worthwhile event. Next Wednesday on the 16th at noon, I have Buddy's Barbecue is having their grand opening. So we're excited to have them in town. They've obviously had their soft opening. They've been doing some pretty good business, but their official hard grand opening is on Wednesday, the 16th at noon. Let's see. The library on Friday the 25th is having another movie, and this one will have a Halloween theme. I believe it's a remake of a Stephen King novel movie that was done a few years back. It has clowns, which I know Diane's going to go see. And we think the crowd's going to be large enough where instead of having it in the library, we may have to have it in here. So, but of course I can't mention the name of the movie, I'll get in trouble. So, but Stephen King, it's a 2-letter word. So if you can Google it, you can figure out what the movie is. And Diane and I are very happy because we're both from West Tennessee and our Cardinals kicked butt this week, and we defeated those Atlanta Braves. So we're very happy that we're moving on in the National League Championship Series. So go Cards, right? And last but not least, I just want to thank you for letting me have you're welcome, having a very long presentation, because since the mayor wasn't here, he didn't get to take any of my things away today. So thank you very much.
Moving on to old business, item 8A, ordinance number 1116.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to amend ordinance number 8 499, which amended ordinance number 481 entitled the East Ridge Zoning Ordinance. Article 5, Schedule of District Regulations, C4, Planned Commerce Center District to amend the maximum height limitation.
As you all know, this is the second final reading. This is to change area of C4 to match what we already have in C1, C2, dealing with the maximum height, where no building shall exceed 72 feet in height, with a parapet not to exceed 48 inches above the roof, excluding pitched roofs. We've had discussion on this 2 weeks ago. This is just the second final reading to marry that with the other districts.
Do I have a motion and a second?
I make a motion to approve ordinance number 1116.
A second.
I have a motion from Council Member Witt and a second from Council Member Chauncey. Any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Middleton, roll call.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hilton.
Yes. Item number B, ordinance number 1117, second and final reading.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the City of East Ridge to amend Title I, Chapter 1 of the East Ridge Municipal Code pertaining to City Council meeting times.
This is the second and final reading of this ordinance, and as I've mentioned in the last couple meetings, we are wanting to move the start of the council meeting time to 6 o'clock, and then we will have the items for the next agenda in our discussion at the end of the current meeting, which would be under new business, because it just seems to make sense to talk about what's coming up after you've already dealt with what's happening today. So we've talked about it as a council up here for the last few meetings, and everyone seems pretty on board with that. We think it'll help streamline things and keep things moving in a more positive and efficient manner, effective and efficient manner to go
Yes,
forward with.
absolutely. Do I have a motion and a second?
I make a motion to approve ordinance number 1117.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilwoman Witt and a second from Councilmember Chauncey. Any discussion? Seeing none, Janet, roll call please.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hilton.
Yes. Under new business, item 9A, resolution number 2988.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee to rescind resolution number 2145 regarding agenda work sessions.
And this goes back to changing the time of our meeting from 6:30 to 6. There was also a resolution that had established work sessions to be held every 2 weeks. And with doing the ordinance the way we're doing it, basically that old resolution dealing with the work sessions just needs to be rescinded. It didn't make any sense anymore. But we do have in there the fact that all of the tentative agenda items for the next meeting will be heard at the current meeting under new business. We make sure that was put in there.
Do I have a motion and a second?
I make a motion to approve resolution 2988.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Chauncey. Any discussion? Seeing none, Janet, roll call please.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hilton.
Yes. Item number B is resolution number 2989.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, awarding a bid for the purchase of 4 new 2019 or newer police pursuit sport utility vehicles.
Yes, Vice Mayor, Council, as you know, we had to rebid this because the process was not exactly right the first time. This time we received 5 bids, just like before, but we had 2 new bidders and 2 of the others had dropped out. The lowest bid that met all of the specifications was Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, Tennessee, with a bid for 4 vehicles of $132,748. or $33,187 each.
Questions?
Any questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
Is the reason for the Dodge not matting, meeting the specs the same as it was last time?
Yes, sir, it is.
Because there wasn't vinyl seats in the back?
Correct.
Well, I noticed there's $10,000 different there.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't we get the vinyl seats upholstered for a whole lot less than $10,000?
Seats are not available for that vehicle.
Yeah, but we could take them down here to an upholstery shop, get them upholstered to match the front seats, if,
All of the seats are cloth seats in the Dodge.
oh, front seat too.
Front and back are cloth
Okay,
seats.
you just said back seat.
Well, that's the way they presented it last time, but it did say both seats.
I withdraw my question.
Okay.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2989.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Chauncey and a second from Councilmember Witt. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Middleton, roll call, please.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Webb.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hilton.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item C, resolution number 2990.
Resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, awarding bids for street department materials for fiscal year 2019 to 2020.
Okay, if you look, these are two items we had to rebid because of no bids or issues we had in the past when we just did this a couple weeks ago. We still didn't get a bid in on the concrete block and brick, the sand and mortar mix. That just means whenever we do need that we will be purchasing that as a single source from where we are able to find it. Because we have tried now twice for competitive bidding on that item and have not been able to receive any competitive bids dealing with it. The other item is the various types of drainage pipe, and we recommend that go to Consolidated Pipe and Supply Company. And if you look at the bid tab that's in here, you can see the various, if I can flip my page, the various size pipes and for pipes and the various prices that are with it.
These concrete pipes are the black rubber pipes.
I believe they're corrugated pipes. It's corrugated HDPE, so corrugated pipes.
Concrete
Correct.
reinforced. Okay.
Do we have a motion and a second?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2990.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember Chauncey and a second from Councilmember Witt. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Middleton, roll call, please.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Chauncey.
Yes.
Councilmember Webb.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hilton.
Yes. I have one more announcement, and Mayor Williams texted us and said, don't forget about Meet the Mayor on October 19th at the library. So he is watching us right now. Hi, Brian.
Patty's going to be, yes. And so our head librarian is going to be his guest speaker.
Do we have anything else we need to discuss?
Is that at 8 o'clock? Meet the mayor?
No, normally it's at 9.
9 o'clock?
What time is it?
9 or, I'm not sure.
It's usually at 9 and it was at 10. No, it's usually at 10. It
Let's
was at 9
say
last time.
10.
It was 10 last time.
Yeah, so
10.
it's usually at
10
10.
o'clock.
This Saturday.
Hey, needs to text me real quick. No, we'll say 10 o'clock then.
Get there early, the coffee's fresher.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned.